Well, wow. Oh, it's a beautiful day, guys. The studio is filled with love and compassion and kindness. Oh, it's a beautiful Monday. Baniriza nyonyonyo ku NTV, Nespark TV. Well, wow. Today is 8th Monday. Tuli mwezi gwa July. Bidya bimunya. Kwaniriza nnyo ku program ya feno. Weewaawo nako olwaleero tugenda kuba tutunuulira olugendo olw'abaagalana Ian and Jalia. Bano bayise mu kusoomozebwa kw'amaanyi nnyo naye ate si kusoomozebwa nti ono tayogera nange ono mukoze kino nedda. Kuno okusoomozebwa ate mugenda kubaako bye mukuyigiramu n'olugendo lwabwe olw'okwagala. Tugenda kuyigamu obuvumu, omukwano, essuubi, okukkiriza, sacrifice and all that comes with true love. Bano nno bayimiriddewo era tebakkiriza mbeera yonna kubaawukanya. Yes. Ndi nabo paka ssaawa 5 ez'okumakya era nga tugenda kuba tunyumyamu nabo tulabe kiki ekigenda maaso mu lugendo lwabwe olw'omukwano. Weewaawo ndi nabo paka ssaawa 5 ez'okumakya babuuzako nti weewaawo nziramu okwaniriza ku NTV Nespark TV. Wano nno abaana abali mu studio olunaku olwaleero bafumbo Ian and Jalia. I think omukwano ffe tugulaba mu ngeri yanjawulo ate n'abantu abasinga nga wafunye munno ne mwetegeera ne mugwa mu mukwano gwa nnamaddala. I think mmwe mwekka abasobola okitegeera kiki muyitamu at that point. Ian ne Jalia bagenda kuba batubuulirako kuno okusoomoozebwa kwe twogerako right now. Okulimu bintu bingi nnyo. Mbaniriza nnyo ku show Ian and Jalia.
Thank you. Aza kubeera wano wasuza otya? Abalabi ba NTV Nespark Mwasuze Mutya tubabuuzaako webale kubeerako. Stella webale kuweereza gwanga. Amiina.
Amiina. Wasuze otya Stella?
Gyendi mukwano.
Mwasuze Mutya abalabi ba NTV Nespark TV. Tuli basanyufu nnyo okubeera namwe. Today morning, we are so glad to be hosted on this TV. Thank you so much for serving the nation.
Amina.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank
you so much for also coming. Mwe okujja kwa mwe wano ku programu yaffe eno kutuwa essuubi ly'amaanyi nnyo nti okusoomoozebwa kwonna omuntu yenna ali eyo kw'aba ayitamu wali essuubi. Ebintu bisobola okutereera sinakindi bijja kutereera.
Of course birina okutereera.
Olugendo lwabwe lwa inspiration era nga abalabi baffe bali very excited. Actually we twataddeyo ekifaananyi kyammwe surprisingly Jalia abantu bakumanyi bakumanyi ku nsonga ennungi. Oh my god, that's my bride. Namukola makeup ku kwanjula namukola kino. Oh Jalia mumanyi, she's my friend, she's a very nice girl. You know, kape over, you know, imbaga, you know. So I was like, okay. Yes, so omulabi waffe omulungi yandeetaza okumanya okutegeera Jalia ne Ian muli bafumbo mwesanga mutya. Tusooke tuddeyoko katini ku jani ey'omukwano. Jalia asuula kapeeni Ian nagamba akalonde ebitabo ne bigwa
ali mukiwungwa ng'ava mu katale.
I know. Yes. So mwasinkana mutya mukwano?
I normally give a story that is not so detailed, so I think I'll start.
It's okay.
Yeah,
it's okay.
She keeps more details than I do.
Yeah.
We met, it is 2018. So there is a company that I was working in and she was brought in for training. She was training with us. Of course I looked at her, you know, you can see her. She's a girl everyone admires, you know. And I was like, she's out of my league. So of course I kept admiring her from like secrecy without telling her. Nene ndoke ekiseera twalina party ku end of year party 2018 December.
Yes.
So you know party ebeera mood gye mubeeramu is you're loose. Temuri mateeka, you can say hi to everyone. I think that was the first time we talked. Yeah, we interacted.
Okay.
And we became friends from then. But of course, as you know, playing hard to get.
Really?
Yes.
Then I think we kind of started dating the next year, 2019. Around maybe February there.
Okay.
And we normally say we dated in February 2019. And that is how we met. That is how it started. Of course, I started by telling her how beautiful she is, and of course, whenever you tell a woman she's beautiful, they expect the next step.
Keep talking.
I want to hear more.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But I more in dating her, in trying to tell her my feelings for her. I made it so casual because since we were friends, I didn't want to over push her because even the friendship could die.
Yeah, of course.
I was like, I'll try at a slow pace. If it doesn't work out, then at least we can remain friends. But here we are, friends and lovers, husband and wife.
Right. Okay.
Jalia,
wawulira otyanga omukulu Ian kutukudu wali tomulaba kamukaseera ako ng'ogamba naye olulenzi olwo.
Mashallah. Mashallah. Nali mulaba, but not nga simuwa the attention of ye kubeera omwami wange. I actually tell people that when namulaba, it was like no, not today. But because nasoka namuyita linnya litali lirye the first time I talked to him.
I'm confusing.
And then he was like, no, that's not my name. The guy is over there. Go Nonya. But then at the party, he was like, hi, my name is Ian. Can I have a dance with you? I was like, oh! So it wasn't like, oh, I see him and I see a husband. I saw him and I saw a friend. Before we know it, we're in church saying, I do.
Oh, wow. So when you guys met and then Nemutandika, did you start courtshiping there? Oba Swaitawa Kaseera before the marriage now?
When we said dating, it's our time until when the relationship became very serious, and then we suggested that to moving in. But of course, as a lady, I told him, you want to meet me? Go and meet mommy. At least mommy knows that I am staying with this person. It's not that.
Oh, it wasn't like a personal decision. Okay, let me even move in.
No.
So bazadde
bakimanyako nti kati agenda kuvayo gy'abadde abeera, agenda tandika okubeera n'omwami. And it was beautiful.
Yes. Wonna nga muli bulungi, fine.
Very.
Okay. I think tutuuka mu kaseera awo, I think ebintu bitandika okukyuka. And you realize that Ian tali bulungi. Kaseera kaali katya. Era mwakizuula ddi nti Ian aliko obuzibu?
Actually tewali nti waliwo a gradual change. It was instant. And he started coming back home nga omutunuulira nongamba naye ng'ozimbye ebigere, nagamba leero nayimiridde nnyo, leero natambudde nnyo. Nga wotumanyi, we always want to find excuses for not feeling well. Tetwagala kutunula in the medical world. So nga ozimbye ebigere, nga okolawe batyo. Changes ezimu ku mubiri gwe yali taziraba. For example, ng'omuwa ekintu n'akankana kati nga mugamba naye ng'okankana gamba nedda sikola ki sikiwulira I don't gwo ngamba but me I don't feel it until one day nga tugenze mu cell our prayer cell
so before the cell Jaria wano embaga emaze okubaawo oba tennaba
yali tennaba
embaga yaliwo
embaga yabaddewo mu John
kati good enough ebaddewo mu John kati wano tukyamanya kiki ekikwatizwa
kati tugenda mu cell tuwaliyo omukwano gwaffe Dr. Helen Lusiba nga tumugamba azimba nga doctors amunyiganyigako amugamba okay you can see this doctor we had a twist even when we were going to see the doctor it was let's just go check up I'm sure it's not really something big until the doctor is like wow you are really sick
kati wano doctor agamba nti yanno mulwadde kiki kye bazuula
at first now when Dr. Helen referred us to that physician at Mulago, she examined me, she asked me questions nambuzo owulira otya wano wakuluma, how is your breathing, of course as a doctor I think she already had her suspicions, so ebibuuzo byonna bye yali ambuuza they were leading to her suspicions. Nambuuza how is, for example, how is your urine production, when did you start noticing the swelling in your feet, do you feel dizzy sometimes, do you feel like you struggle for breath sometimes, and then she was making notes of course kati nampandikira tests quite a number of them to go and do so twagenda ku Lancet, she referred us to Lancet and another imaging center, it's in Wandege, I've forgotten the name. So we went there, we did the tests there, tugamba tukore netuzikola, but of course right now as a person who is learned I should say basobola okuwa lab report nawe n'ogitunulako ng'olaba there is a problem. But so like the next day I went back, took the results to her. I also had to do other tests at Uganda Heart Institute for the heart. So when I took the tests, the results, I found her in the office with some other doctors. Nendoza naye yatunuulira results nezimukangamu because you could see the way she was reacting. So she consulted with the other doctors and together they said this guy shouldn't be out there. And at that point I cannot even describe how I felt because
bagamba nti toyina
kubeera nga nga bambuuza n'okumbuuza how did you come here? And of course for me I was feeling okay. I didn't have any pain anywhere. I told them nzize ku board and they couldn't even believe me. So she wrote me a note to go and see a nephrologist, and in her notes she had advised that I should start dialysis right away. I had heard about dialysis before, but I didn't know what it means. I didn't know how it works. But of course, the time that I heard about it, someone said it is an expensive thing. So when I went to see the nephrologist, she also looked through. Still at Mulago. She's called Dr. Peace Bagasha. Luckily enough, it was a Thursday and her clinic is in Mulago on Thursday. So I just crossed from that physician I was seeing is at the Cancer Institute. So I just crossed from the Cancer Institute
just down.
She confirmed my fears, but then I think she saw that I was very scared because I was crying. I cried in front of her, as though she could.
So mixing them all Uganda.
Yeah, natya. Kuba nali nkaaba ndowooza doctor n'alabanga mentally, physically, I am not ready, still ready for dialysis.
Yeah.
Because ekintu kye nali sisuubira nti stage gye ndiko.
Yeah.
Because I was feeling fine. Mulinga mpulira ndowooza n'okulowooza oba bakoze ensobi.
Yes.
Oba si bituufu. So doctor ndowooza yalabanga ntidde nnyo nampandikira some medicine n'angamba you come back in 2 weeks.
Okay.
Kati mweri eddagala lyampandikira erisinga lyali lya musaayi because my blood was too low. My blood was too low.
Yes.
Like less than half of what we are supposed to have.
Okay.
My potassium levels were very high, extremely high, and that is what scared the doctors a lot.
Yeah.
Because bagamba potassium is not good ngeri waggulu nnyo. So nampandikira eddagala and she advised me on the diet that I should follow now.
Yeah.
I had to stop eating some of the things like amatooke, ensujju, obumonde, and most of the fruits actually.
Yes.
Because birina potassium mungi. So nenzirayo, I remember that evening. Now I had been at the hospital the whole day. I left home I think maybe like at 5 because I had to go to Heart Institute to do echo and ECG. So ngandi kudwairo, so my phone blacked out. Now the physician that I was seeing, who is friends with Dr. Helen, namukubira namugamba mwana gwe yani mulwadde nnyo era bagenda kumuteeka ku dialysis. Now Dr. Helen calls me and my phone is off. So my phone being off,
olulimi olwangungu, yes, omusawo agambye ogenda kubeera ku dialysis. Munyonyola kiki ekyo kyotegeeza?
Dialysis.
Yes.
Now dialysis
nti basanze buzibu ki ate kiki bagenda okukolawo?
Basanga nga my body, my blood, the toxins in my blood were too high. Because now my kidneys were failing. Actually, normally when there is a rate, I mean a number that they use to measure the functionality of the kidney. If it's less than 15, they say you're on stage 5. But mine was at 3. So the doctor told me your kidneys are performing at 3%.
And they're supposed to be performing
at 100%. But of course, the doctors say omuntu obeera okula, every year you reduce like 1%. But now I am here, I am 30,
yes,
and I'm performing at 3%. So my kidneys were failing. So every emerge tulia ebamu toxins.
Yes.
So those toxins now were remaining in my body.
Kugamba ekyumba tekikola bulungi kujjamu butwa.
Kusengejja butwa biki. Now that is why I was also retaining the water and my body was swollen. Yeah. Kati nga dialysis eyina okuyambako okukola omulimu ensigo gwe zaalikoze. So the dialysis, there is a dialyzer which is like an artificial kidney. They put a catheter in my chest. It is still there. It remains there. Yeah, it's here.
Oh, okay.
So it's the one they use. It's the one they use to like remove the blood, filter it, then bring it back into the body.
Yeah.
Yeah. Murimi orangongo, that is dialysis.
Omulabi waffe kati akitegedde
bulungi nnyo.
Yes. So oddayo ewaka essimu evaako. Naye olwo gyali omugambye oba tonnaba mugambye?
Now Nairi, I had talked to her maybe like at 5, but I hadn't told her that they have said I have to start dialysis. So naye nga bamukubira essimu, there was a lot of tension. Nagenda okutuuka ewaka nga bangamba buli omu abadde akunoonya. Everyone was calling her, everyone was calling everyone, and maybe they had thought he's done something to himself. I don't know.
Yes. Your tension yaliwo because essimu yo yayitiriiko.
Because my phone was off.
Okay.
So some people thought maybe njijeeko because
Ramawuliramu.
But it had just genuinely blacked out. Yeah.
Okay.
So nzirayo ewaka, it was a very, very, very dark moment. I felt hopeless. I felt like this is it. In fact, I remember when the doctor told me you have to start dialysis, I asked her, what happens if I don't do dialysis? Do I have chances at having like a painless death? Kuba buli kimu nali nkiraba nga ngenda kufa. Nali ndaba nga sina kiddako. All the dreams that I ever had, all the ambitions, everything. Ndaba now I am going to be stuck. And my whole life I've always feared the fact that omuntu asobola okulwala n'abeera nga ali bedridden for a long time.
Yes.
Actually, natuuka ekiseera ne ngamba, it seems the things that we fear most happen to us. Kuba kyekintu kye nali nsinga okutya mu bulamu bwange, okubeera awo nga sirina kye nsobola kwekolera, n'okwenaaza obwenaaza sikisobola. You understand? So kali kaseera nga kazibu nnyo. Of course, it's still a hard time.
Yes.
But over these past three months, we have received a lot of support, more especially spiritually, from our friends, and tuyina engeri gye tutandise okufunamu amaanyi.
Yes.
Because even being here on TV is like a testimony for us. Being able to
all right. Mbadde njagala kumubuuza ku Jaria. Awo Ian akomayo waka. Amawulire wali wagategedde dda? Tagenda kutandika dialysis. Nali the first day nagenda naye mu ddwaliro ne batugamba okola test nezikomawo ne tuzitunulamu ne twegeziwaza ne tutunulamu tudduka ku Google. Tudduka ku Google. Twali mu preparations za wedding. Bagole in the making, tuli mu preparations, but of course by that time tried to China ya amaanyi because twali tetunaba ku making a sense kigenda kubeera. I remember twagenda ne mu restaurant wali wagenda obeera embaga to check on the venue. So nangamba naye nga ndi scared. Tufaayo kino we got this kigenda kugwa tugenda kubeera bulungi. Kati batukubira lasente tukubire tugamba results endala zikomyewo muje muzinone. Yali teyewulira bulungi because our website itasobola tambula nnyo akoowa mutambulawo katono nayimirira and all that. So ningamba no, let me take a board and pick them. Ningenda nenze tunulamu zona zombi tegeera balirawe nene tunulamu kati nindaba end stage kidney failure. Neziruka ku Google. Results ozirabye ozitunuddemu ekiriko ekyangu kyosobola okutegeera taamu gyosobola okutegeera kidney failure ogirabye. And at that point twagala kumanya ebiddirira kaawo katono. Tugendako omulamu katono tuli Nigerian Ian wetuliwo amawulire bagafunye naye. Yes, they're in preparations for the wedding. Naye ati bagamba tugende maaso n'embaga tekina kyekitukosaamu wadde naye munange maaso awo bikyuka. Katukomewo katono. Nkwanizanye mu kitundu kyaffe ekyokubiri okyekubiddeko NTV ne Spark TV. Weewaawo tulina olugendo olwa inspiration oba okuzzaamu amaanyi n'essuubi olugendo lwa Ian ne Jaria. Ian baali awo ne bagamba nti omanyi ozimbye ebigere tokyalina maanyi tulabye symptoms zetutategeera tugendeko mu ddwaliro tukebere maybe just kantu katono nnyo batuuka mu ddwaliro of course babagamba but they recommend tests ez'enjawulo bagende bazikole results zikomawo and Ian ayina kidney failure naye ate mwezo results ezo okuzimanya n'okuzitegeera bali mu kutegeka mbaga embaga eyo bo munda muli bagamba waliwo ekyamagero kyetusuubira waliwo ekyamagero mukama kyoba okola kikole because embaga etuuse Ian tasobola kubanga alwadde right now weewaawo waliwo ebigamba byetusuubira nti mukama agenda kukola n'atabikolerawo ate n'akola ekintu ate ekisingawo ekyo tetusuubira yes so 2 weeks ziggwako tusemberedde 2 weeks okuggwako
awo zitandise nkaabya amaziga dear, I really cried. Nkabye nsabye naye lino eddagala libamwa of course lyali lirina changes zirireeta ng'abeera very dizzy nga asesema all the time kati buli wenamutunuuliranga ng'asesema ngamba mukama nedda tonkola bwoti okitegeera I remember we twafuna amawulire nasooka kkubira mami ne mugamba mami Ian abaddewe bati nangamba mwana wange nze sina kyensobola kukola naye mukama akola ebyekisa so mwezi 2 weeks nga mmanyi nti waliwo ekyamagero ekinotuukawo nensaba 2 weeks wezaggwako yalina okuddayo n'akola tests balabe how the body is faring nangamba Dr. Bagasha yagambye tugende nkya mu ddwaliro naye yangambye ngende naawe kati nengamba olaba Dr. Mpise waliwo ekikyuseewo kati tugende Dr. wetwatukana nagamba Julie Ian mulwadde I'm sure by now you know please check him tomorrow and you start dialysis. I was like, God, did you just fail me? What was Azeo? But of course twali twagala okukipinga nga tuli positive n'olunaku nga tetwagala birowoozaako nnyo olunaku ne twebuzaabuza ne tugenda mu mega standard ne tu window shopping ne tukebera ne bye tuteetaaga nga tanaba twagala twebuzeebuzeeko but we went back home ne tukebera ne tutegeka our ensawo zaffe ez'eddwaliro tuzitegeka bulungi nnyo ne tugamba tukatutandike ekiro nenzuukuka nensaba ngamba mukama onkoze bubi nnyo embaga yange kati olwo abantu abasinga nga bagenda bategeera ekiriwo mikwano gyegimu ng'abamu bagamba bannange namulingo olabye kati abamu nga bo bakiraba eri ku end stage nga naye gye yatandikidde nti nga teyeraba adde nga kulivinga lunaku lulala abantu nga bagamba ogenda beera namwandu bannange ogenda beera kati nengamba mukama nenzukuka nensaba nengamba mukama tonkola bwe bati but wobeera ng'olina mukama olina engeri gyakusustaininga kubanga wetwali tutandika yagambye bamugamba ali ku 3%. I think that time na having a conversation ne Katonda nintandika okwebuuza ebibuuzo naye nze I'm sustaining nze for 3%. N'abasawo bagamba talina kubeera eyo outside there but here he was being a husband, being a friend, being a brother. So nengumamuko ne ngamba kino kiba kyosazeewo mukama nkimanyi okyakola ebyamagero bingi ajja kubeerawo and indeed mukama akoze ekyamagero kubanga waali it's such a miracle but it was really a disturbing time ozokukana okaba n'omutunulako n'agenda mu kigo n'asesema ate kati ng'abantu bagamba olina obeera strong kati nga newobeera okaba otunula ng'ebbali gy'okaba we'll get through it but you have tears in your what
when he looks at you
but of course neera twakabanga babiri ne tukuba emiranga gyaffe ne tumala ne twezzaamu amaanyi
kakati wano ogambye waliwo bagambye nti walinga okola eno bw'omulabirira eno kati ali waka ogenda okukola omulekeraani
kati bad time twaite tunabafuna as help ewaka kati ate jukira bali bamujeko ku mmere emu yani ayagala kulya amatooke era kati tugamulira mu mutima kati nga otegekayo akantu akokulya katono n'omuleka ngaali a bit settled but of course nali saagala nga nnyo omuleka waka yekka because of the mental nga oba kati alowooza ki so twalina abantu abajja during that day okumubeezaawo kaawo bwe batonga bwe tufuna ne help nga ate naye mwebaza okuba nti mbeera mugamba every time ali emotionally intelligent than okunsinga era nga senga yalinze senga muli ku kizibu naye teyeekubagiza nnyo ebiseera ebisinga actually yakugamba kati nga bwe batugamba the amount of the transplant nze nemugamba naye tubireke bulesi kati tulinde lunaku agamba no mukama ajja kukola ki ajja kugabirira so okubanga osobola okumwesigamako wadde also his shoulders are weak naye nakugayo naye naawe wobeera nga kati gwosingako naawe nowanirirako
tulina mukaseera ako ngali muli mu ddwaliro yanatandika dialysis kyali kitya
ekisooka I was humbled kubanga nali ndowooza nze omulwadde wange emergency buli musawo alina okuleka byonna byakola affeko ono omwami alina okunkuba embaga what do you mean but I think twatuuka emulago Stella ne tulaba abalwadde abalala the dialysis unit works in shifts eno shift evaawo eno neddawo nensooka neŋŋamba okay naye ate neneyongera n'okutya kubanga a lot of things happen ku machine eyo blood pressure zaabwe zishootinga nolaba ngo eyo oli esoma 200 over what this neŋŋamba but of course nali ndabika okutya so buli eyali ngandabako abambuza mwakayingira nga bambi ndabikirawo nti ndi newcomer neetaaga uniform ne socks empanvu westi naye abantu nga bagamba ajja kubeera bulungi of course by that time ebyo ebigambo nga tebikola sense nga mbeera ngamba bangamba ajja kubeera bulungi just to make me feel better kati yali talina musaayi of course the body wasn't able of producing omusaayi ogumala in the 2 weeks. So ne tusooka ne tumobilizing yawo okufuna omusaayi which people did is all negative so okufuna omusaayi bali very rare naye people mobilized abantu ne bajja they came to the rescue kati ne bamuyingiza mu unit of course naliko with my best friend Jackie nga kati yekido wange yagamba natotunulayo abalina omusala wano okuyingizaamu akantu so every time I would hear him say ouch doctor kano ngamba mama omwami wange naye kati by that time kirabika obwongo bwasooka ne bushatingako ne stabi processing bulungi immediately kubanga abantu baaliwo ng'onaakuga my mom was there biki kati later on in that day when everyone has gone mulage yina terrace eyo waweeru nagenda nenkaba amaziga nengamba naye mukama atukati oli mubi nnyo like really this is you know naye ofunayo costume I remember a doctor actually came nambuuza how is your brother kubandoza bali bandaba nga neetala nengamba no he's my husband nengamba oh dear cut of course ng'omuntu omukulu abuuza do you have kids nengamba no we don't have kati I actually found myself opening up to a Dr. Gwestamanyi nengamba no we don't have we're actually even struggling here and there in terms of fertility nengamba no don't worry agenda kubeera bulungi bawona abalwadde setujjanjabi wana abantu bangi abawona so it was dark it was really dark nga bitiisa okulaba nga obulamu bwe bugenda kubeera ku machine eno kubanga at first yali alina gikola for the first 5 days to clean everything kati nga babagamba mancha mukeereyo kuba n'abalwadde bangi mu babannange it was really,
yes.
I don't wish it to anyone.
I know. Wano finances, okubanga gundi process ya bay. Wanao mukola mutya okufuna sente n'okubeera nga bills zino they are being taken care of. Mwafunamu obuzibu awo mu financial?
Ndowooza Katonda abadde mu kino ekintu nnyo kubanga singa ndowooza twali bakukikwasaganya ffe nga ffe tetwali kisobodde. But we have had friends and family who support us like all the way since kuva gundi from the beginning when we were admitted, because people would come ngabazo kubalaba and someone leaves you with some money ezibayambako and from the start abantu babaddenga batu-supportinga. So we haven't, of course at a certain point twafunamu awo, especially wano nga ndi already outpatient. Now at Mulago you can go, you do dialysis, if then you go Sanganga, you have areas like if you don't have the money to pay, they do not stop you. Maybe when you have spent a lot of time without paying, I don't know. Kati Sanganga akasente kabuzeemu awo nemala nenkola maybe like a whole month without paying. Sanga minabo areas. But along the way you get ways of clearing them. Yeah. So of course it has been very challenging financially, very challenging. But we bless the Lord that He has provided throughout this process. Ate kati njukira nga we twagambye nagenda okufuna eno diagnosis ng'olwedde tutandise the entegeka z'emikolo. Kuba twakora launch in March, early March, it must have been 3rd or 2nd, and later that month, 2 weeks later, that's when I get diagnosed with kidney failure. So already try now our akasente k'emikolo ne tugamba why so get start so but and of course our committee allowed us to use the money that we already had. Nebagamba mukozeseeko tetuyinza kutereka sente mbuzambaga ate nga tulina obulamu obw'okutaasa. So our committee continued mobilizing for us. And of course the fact that we had a group, a WhatsApp group, the people who are there are friends and family who understand the situation that was at hand, and they were willing to let us do whatever we want to do. If we want to do the wedding, let's do it. If you want to hold, or if you want to postpone, let's do everything that you guys want. So I wanted to deciding, let's continue planning. Actually, we said we will see how I will be in May. Remember, the wedding was in June. So we said in May, if he's okay, then we'll decide, let's continue and do the wedding. If he's not well, if he's unwell,
by May, then we change plans.
Then maybe we can postpone or something like that.
Our family nga kwanza nawulira family nti uncle auntie sister we bajiddemu waawo, were they supportive? Bayamba koko
family bali very supportive because newe nabeera ku ddwaliro nga ndi admitted. Actually, when I was admitted, now my mother is in the village. I come from Tungamo, it's very far. Now her mother was very near. She stays here in Nabingo. When we were admitted like this, of course she was up and about. My blood being rare, she had to do a lot of mobilization and stuff. And of course, you know, it must have been hard for her being a Muganda woman, you know. Baganda, their proximity with their in-laws.
Cultural norms.
But then I think she was like, I cannot just sit here and be getting news from the phone because of culture or whatever. Yes. So she came by, my brother came, my auntie Percy King, they like twatuka ku ward ngoba nfuse celebrity patients nga tuyina abagenyi nga osobola okuyingiramu our room very full like this. Like very full. We even had fellowship at the ward because Wednesday at Tuka we normally have sale, like Watoto Church, they have sales on Wednesday. So our cell members suggested, let's have sale at the hospital. So they came, my mom had come at that time, my siblings were around, and we had sale there, we prayed, we worshipped.
Yes. Okay. So omulabi waffe omulungi yandyetaaza okutegeera zino procedures ze mwakayitamu. Kati now we are talking before the wedding because we kiri very critical. Procedures ze Ian ze yayitamu nsaba onnyonnyoleko omulabi waffe omulungi ategeere procedures ezo kati right now kugamba mwe mwatandikira ne wana we tuli right now.
Now the procedure started with dialysis, of course. Now dialysis involves inserting a catheter into my body. It's I think they call it a semi-permanent catheter for chronic disease. That is what they give you because they suspect you're going to be on dialysis for some time. It's a very minor surgery, I should say, because it's not even done in a theater. They just do it in the dialysis unit where they dialyze from. Yeah, so they cut around here and here and insert a catheter. It has a tube that goes up to like the heart. Because it has to draw blood from the body. Yeah, so it was inserted, and right after they insert it, then you start dialysis, like just right there. The first sessions you do 2 hours, and the first sessions are really awakening. You have body weakness, you are dizzy, sometimes a headache, because the blood pressure goes very high when you're on the machine. So the sessions ezasooka ndooza sessions nga 2 oba 3 wenavanga ku machine nga nina okukozesa wheelchair nga sisobola kutambula because the body is weak. Then also I had to get a transfusion since my blood was very low. And then after that I did 5 sessions at the start, so those were 5 consecutive days. Then I was discharged. So after that I go twice a week. I go on Wednesday and on Saturday. Every week, and that goes on until you get a transplant or
you die.
Exactly. For lack of a better words.
You too. Yes. So,
but just before I started dialysis, like I told you, Narine, Baba Kozen it can't be because I am a fit person. I am young. I used to exercise a lot. Ngandaba so I thought, let me seek second opinion, third opinion to be completely sure. So I was recommended to another doctor. He's called Dr. Ayoko, also a specialist nephrologist. And for him, actually, when he looked at my results, he's like, why are you not on dialysis? And for him, he admitted me, right? Remember the other doctor had given me 2 weeks, but this one admitted me right away. He said, you go to the ward. Now, in my state of being big-headed, I didn't go to the ward.
Yes.
I even got more stress. I remember I reached home and I said, this doctor is rude.
That's what he said.
This doctor is rude. How can you talk to me like that? Then I have a brother-in-law who works with NDA. I talked to him and he told me, I have a nephrologist that I know. Let me call him and you see him, we see what he says.
No yagala opinions endala
because even I wasn't feeling pain, remember. I was just moving around. Kale lwakuba nti waliwo signs and symptoms zendaga naye nga nze siziraba because I am not a doctor. Kati this doctor is called Dr. Kalyesuubula. I go, I call him, my brother-in-law gives me his number. I call him, he doesn't pick. He says, send him a message. I sent him a message and he replied me right away. He says, come and see me on Saturday. Then I tell him, I have been admitted and Saturday could be too far. He says, okay, you come on Thursday morning, find me at Case.
Yes.
So I go to Case, I meet Dr. Kalyesuubula. And you know, this doctor looks at me. I just walk into his office like this and he tells me, you're anemic.
Wow.
He's a very polite man. I think I've never met a man who is as polite as Dr. Robert.
Wow.
He looks at me and says, you're anemic. I say, yeah, I think so. I give him my medical reports. He looks at them. And we had a very honest conversation. He tells me, Ian, you don't need any other opinion. He tells me, Dr. Bagasha, I trust her word as much as I trust mine. Because everything that I know, she knows.
Yes.
She tells me she's actually a colleague. We work together. She's a friend. And he says, so just be comfortable in whatever she told you if you are to leave.
Okay.
So he tells me,
wow.
He actually counsels me.
Yeah.
And I remember I left his office as a changed man I knew. Now this is it. There is no
wakkiriza n'ogamba nti manyi
nakkiriza
nina kidney failure ngenda kihandolinga.
Exactly. Because I remember now later that day, that Thursday, now that is the day that I had to go with her to meet Dr. Bagasha at Mulago. So we met her. Natugamba. By that time I was no longer crying. Of course I would feel low. For example, whenever I would be alone, nganchirowozaako. Mpuliranga amaziga gampisemu ngamba Mukama kati ngenda kufasire sigenda kuleka yadde akaana.
Katuwummulemu katono tugambe omulamu katono. Wow. Ebintu muna ebibaawo neno osigala ng'okyayina essuubi. I don't know, wali ofunyeko amawulire amabi neno osigala nga at least oyinayo okukkiriza nti ebintu bijja kukyuka. Bano abaana mune bali mu kutegeka mbaga naye ate waliwo ekiguddeyo mu bulamu bwabwe kigenda ekikyusizza things at that point. Weewaawo bakiyitamu batya tugenda kuba nga tubira. Kitundu kyakusatu okyali ku Mwasuze Mutya. Webale nnyo okubanga okyekomidde wano. Ian ne Jalia betuli nabo olugendo olw'omukwano obuvumu okukkiriza n'okweresa munange Muluzungu kye yandigambye sacrifice. Weewaawo tuwulidde emboozi ya Ian. Jalia, I think at this point twagala okutegeera omulabi waffe omulungi yandyetaze okumanya kugamba gwe nga gwe okusobola okubeera ng'olabirira omwami n'okwerabirira. You have things going on, of course, in your life as a young woman. okikwasaganya otya?
I think ekisookera ddala is kubeera omukyala amanyi Katonda. Wesanga nti olunaku olumu it's one Bible verse ejokuyambako okupushinga through.
Yes.
I've also learned that when you draw near God, He draws closer to you.
Yes.
Nti wadde okusomozebwa kubeerawo, but somehow or later He puts the puzzle together. Naji, I love the word of God is church sokerako. Ekyokulala Mukama ampadde abantu around me, and those are specifically to make sure Julie is thriving. Teyemulugunyiza takoze eki. So you'll find that I have my married cell, abakyala baku, because they are a bit older, baku bo bayise mbaina nabo buli omu alina cross ye gy'astudde naye nakugamba tofaayo ne bakubirako, oba oliawo Dr. Helen nakubirako, oba oliawo kati I have my best friend Jackie, buli ekinsumbuwa we kasukira we I will go, I will laugh.
Support system
kati support system weli my cousins, my mom, kati namugamba my mama nzajja obanga kubira kuba weesanga nga ye sawa nyeze kiro banange kati muli mutya yegwe. You understand? So I have support system. I have my friends, my OGs, my OBs, like people like Namuli, are you sure you are doing this? So what I'm going supported, abantu bakusupporting. Also my workspace, but they'll give you a minute. If you want to first shed tears before you enter that meeting to pitch, they'll give you a minute. If you really want to rest, they'll give you, okay, take a power nap before you do this. So mukama akuterawo. Kati yesterday we had ladies from the sisterhood to come and check on us. So nze nganze sisobola naye omuntu waku kupushingako nagamba leero tofaayo, leero tukolabe bati. But I have a friend of mine Diallo akukubira buli kiseera namuli oli bulungi, namuli okoze bwe bati, namuli, you know, which is really good. And also no kubanga tonyikira nnyo kwekubagiza ennyo eto n'omanya who you are. Like you said, Abaganda to training, so ndi mukyala Muganda tuli bagumu we pull through tetubeerawo kwekubiriza, because as much as it's heavy, it's heavier for him. Ayina ebibye ebiyimiridde, so kitunula munogamba no, at least let me hold the bendera for now. Of course,
both of us.
For both of us. Newe sango ina abantu abakubereddewo oli nakulaga nti kale we are going to meet, but we are not going to talk about Iannis.
Thank you.
My friend Doreen going in here one day. Nakulabya, you saw the poster, now I'm going to come. We are not going to talk about his thing, but to make sure until now will be okay. So I have support system.
That is good.
Yeah, I have support. At least the bathroom is not the only safe space to cry.
Yes, you have shoulders that who are ready, like you lean on and cry.
Yeah, and also sometimes I'm tired. As a person, you have work, you have to push him to hospital. So I called in people. I told my brother, please go with him. Please, please, you know, and they'll do it gladly, and that I am very appreciative.
Jali oyogedde bulungi. Waliwo abantu abali mu ddwaliro nga nabo balina abantu abalwadde abayi. Olina oxygen, omutima gukubira ku mashini, cancer and all that. Ng'ali ku mulwadde sina kindi babiri mu nsi. Aliko ye n'omulwadde mu nsi tuba family teri nawo bakyeba emikwano oyo wandimuzizaamu amaanyi otya Jalya?
Kati ekisookera ddala mwebaza obuta giving up kwoyo omuntu kubanga wogambye Stella abantu balwadde bambi ate naffe abajjanjabi olumu tulwalirako. I remember nafunamu omusujja in between now naye nga mu bwongo bwe ngamba nina okuwona because I have someone to take care of. So nsooka omwebaza nti tagivinze up. N'ekirala, you can only do much.
Yeah, I know.
You can only do much. Mukama yasinga kolaki okumanya yasinga. Don't feel like toina chokoze. Even you being there kuweche ekitanda nazukuka nagamba nsaba kumbikako nga gwoli. Abantu twagala nnyo okulaba nga fe tukoze ekinene kuba oba oyagala ogoba osasula hospital bill kati that's when you feel validated nti olina kyokoze. But I think nekyo ekitono we appreciate yourself. Appreciate yourself. Because no muntu omulala wanako appreciating ojja feeling appreciated. So we appreciating ongamene leero nakedde Sawemo, nenfumba breakfast ya mwami Atukunda, nininya boda ningenda. I am doing well. You know, you are doing well.
You be compassionate towards yourself first. Before.
Because then ono muntu ono bate we appreciating nze. Ono muntu ajja kuzuka and genuinely, for example, he gets fevers in the night. Na kuzukusanga he needs help. Nagamba kati nsaba ku kigoye ekinyuguga oba wakakitaka onaga oba mpemu ekibugumirira kati kino kikamudde nnyo zaemu koko. So if you don't appreciate yourself ojala bangona akukoa tasima na kusima kati nkimuwadde ate kati agamye ekikamudde nnyo. So first appreciate yourself ogambe I am doing well. Whoever you are, oba Maria oba Goreti, whoever you are, appreciate yourself and say I am doing well. I can only do, this is the best I can do. And I'm going to do it without complaining, clambering or what. You do well.
Yes. Ate nayo oyogedde ku nsonga eyo nti omulabe waffe omulungi twagala kitegeere nti ne waba omuntu takuwadde ssente naye ng'abaddewo munange nakuwa obudde bwe nakulabirira oba oluusi n'agamba kaate omuntu omulala nti naye twagala kuyamba ono omuntu bw'ati ne bw'ati tukoze tutya nasolicitinga support ne bakusabira and all that. So tusiime nga munaye ekintu ekitono ekyo kyoleeta ku mmeeza naye nkibadde nga si kya ssente. It doesn't have to be monetary. Naye nga bintu bingi bitusobola okukola ate ne tubeera appreciated. Ate naffe tuyisemu omutima gw'okusiima bannange gwe nogamba shira gwosobola busozi mu ddwaliro okukola kyekirala. So it takes a lot omuntu okusula naawe wano ku kitanda oba n'akulabirira ng'oli mu mbeera enzibu ennyo. Yes. Njagala tugende ku mbaga. Mukama mulungi. Hey, you guys, olunaku lwali lutya olwo? Yes.
Olunaku lwali, of course, I remember Mwami sitting me down and he kind of felt like sorry for not giving me this lavish big wedding and all that because twafunamu time eya tujireke tujikolewe bati tubireke. And I think for me as a woman at first we yangamba nti you know what, let us push on with this wedding because yalitawulira bulungi nagamba kyonna kyayagala. I was in that mood of sagala munyiza eyinza n'okwekola ekintu abantu n'abanyonnyola ntya. But because I am also a woman of God, I love God. Otufunayo obudde bwo n'ogamba mukama kale kino ye kyayagala naye gwe kino kyogerako ki. I realized our marriage is to honor God. Si kusanyusa nti Stella yazze n'atalya mmere buffet eri for us to go before God ne tugamba mukama tugenda kuonarenga n'obufumbo buno tugenda butukuza aweewo mu bwoyisiza otukolera ebyamagero tusazeewo ffe tugenda kukola ekyo kyotugamba okukola regardless kubanga Stella Ian waba moradi mukama takimuggyako kuba mukama
kituufu
ate wabeera mulamu era tetusamuwa kyamaanyi nti kati engeri yetulibalamu ensi n'eggulu bibyo kati bwe tulwadde ensi yokka eriyo you know. So we said let's do that. finding a peace. I think that's the beauty about okubango ina mukama
kituufu
ebyensiiti kubeera ng'olina tent ekoma kuli our wedding. I think yaliko abantu ndozanga 50 ate nga nabo maybe baali bangi okusinziira ku bantu kwaliko obuntu butono but it gave us a sense of purpose.
Okay. Jalia, mu kutegeka embaga yanembeera ng'ayita mu mbeera ki?
Nearly very okay, by the way. I think because you're in a support system, trying a chairperson nga. He told me of recent natuka tsani ngamba bano benachikwasiza bajja chimaliriza bajja chimaliriza na atena like I mentioned, he's emotionally intelligent kati nze naberanga awo ng'obuntu obumu bun stressing nayo watenti nayo wagonde but for realizing anti mukama agenda kubeera mwesigwa chatuwa essanyu kati nze ne focusinga kuyo okubanga we will go for dialysis we'll go, of course waliwo obusoomos. I got an infection, a bad infection towards the wedding, 2 days. You must have seen me. Nalingo omulalo.
No, I know because you to say good.
Yeah, liko kitanga kanka na bati nengena nengamba omusawo bambi. Enkyambaga yange omwami ono mbadde nsala. Breathe. Yeah. Namuli breathe. Yeah. He's going to be okay. Just katsoko muleke wanava kuchoma ajja kumula ajja kubeera very okay. Yeah. Kati nze n'okulabanga ebyo byonna tusazeewo okwagala mukama. And I think it's also to tell other people, when your partner gets sick, toduka still abantu balina bad stories about marriage. When ayavuwala omusajja n'andeka, when arala omukazi n'addoka, when akola bwe bati, at least let us be the reason we give people that there are beautiful marriages out there. Temugana kufumbirwa bannange. Bagambe but also Ian is lovable. Ian is
easy. It makes it easy for you.
It makes it easy for you. He's lovable. Or his issue is not the first challenge we've gotten. I also had my healthy issues, and he's took through. Nagama, no, this is my wife. I'll push you to the doctor's appointment. I'll make sure you're okay. I'll do this. So it's just human for you to stick around and say, for better, for worse. And we're taught to know the tulaba better yo. I know. The tulaba yo wasi yo. Katuwa sugenda tujita mwegende egwako phase yayo. Ati batulinde mu chapter 2.
And you know, and at some point mnange, I think okutambuza obulamu abantu abamu bagamba nti ndi glad at least ekizibu kizze. Like kizze kati nkyasobola okukiyitamu n'amaanyi nga funyo okiyitamu. So instead of okubeera ngamba oba kati things are too good to be true. Era wano kibaawo ogamba olaba kizze mukama ajja kumpa amaanyi.
Era nze wenganga amaanyi gampedde nga for him he pulls out a Bible verse in James, count yourself lucky, you who's going through trouble. Ngamba no naye lucky eriwa waneeno mazima ddala. But our wedding was beautiful. Okay. The preparation tezatu was good because remember he was diagnosed ngatuli mu preparation. So our service providers
ne committee atenga ya
twali tubasasudde naye omuntu awulira bakola wedding ayezolooza twasoka ne tukwata million nga 10 ne tuzuwa. Even the service providers were very 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 helpful. Olingo omunnyonnyola n'omugamba munange omwami yalwadde naye just mbadde saagala kuyimiriza nakwamba a balance muleke kati my decorator yangamba kyonna kyoyagala I will do. Toyongera sente tokola bati okitegeera nti abantu balina ekisa gye tuli. And I think they're also looking at us saying this young couple, this bravery really, you know. So favor mukama akuteekako favor nti people, and it was okay. It was what people would call cheap but very beautiful.
Okulaba omukyalo ono akkiriza n'agamba nti for better for worse ngenda kubeera ku lusegere sigenda kuvaawo. What does that mean to you?
It means a lot kubanga for me honestly I normally think to myself that I got more than I bargained for.
Oh, darling.
Because
yeah,
she's been a warrior of a woman. She has stood with me. Of course, ebiseera ebisinga mulabanga atidde.
Yeah.
Especially ebiseera ebyasooka. Now when afunira infection kuba yampisa bubi nnyo. Sobola okumulabanga atidde. Ate kati nze nina we natuuka ne ngamba Mukama kyonna ky'anaakola. Kuba nalabanga okutya tekuyina kyekugenda kunyamba. If I worry myself, I'm only worsening the situation.
Yeah.
So nasalawo ne ngamba kyonna ekijja, if God decides that I'll go, nga bunange ngenda.
Yeah.
Waba asazeewo nti mpone, nga mpona. But of course, maybe it becomes different for her because we are different. I am emotionally stronger, like she said. For her, she's a bit emotionally weak. Kuba n'obuntu obutono bumukola ki bumuleetera okutya.
Yeah.
She has displayed a very strong character.
Of course.
Throughout this.
Of course.
Kuba omuntu omulala yandigambye munanga nze bino sigenda bigumira. Omuntu omulala yaligambye kati wedding tukola yaki. Sagala kwesiba ku musajja ayinza n'okufenca okitegeera. Naye n'asalawo nakkiriza to do vows with me, and it means a lot. Ate ne tubeera nga twafuna omukisa okubanga our family and friends batutegeera ne bamanya nti we want to be righteous before God. We want to fulfill all righteousness. So they did not push us to not do the wedding.
Yeah.
At first basooka ne bagamba naye lwaki tetusooka ne tukola ki ne tubeera fine. Naye for us we sat and said, if this is the devil that is getting between us and the wedding, wetugamba nti tugikansolinze, it's like we are telling the devil, you have won.
Yes.
You have won this round.
Yeah.
And we did not want to give the devil the win.
Yeah.
So we said, let us push through.
Yeah.
Because we have seen in movies people omuntu never wedding and ali ku deathbed. How about me who can move around, go here and there?
Yeah.
Maybe challenge nafunamu ebyo ebiseera.
Yeah.
Nali nzimba nnyo face nga nzukukanga face ezimbi. Ng'olumu nga siraba na bulungi. Kati nasaba ne ngamba Mukama nyamba at least kola olunaku lwa wedding nzukuke nga face yange tezimbye.
Yes.
Because I have to look good in pictures. Kati challenge etuuka tutuuka wali ku altar nga munanga agenda okupushinga empeta ng'empeta eyingira ng'engalo zizimbye. Remember the ring that easily comes out and goes in.
Yes.
Because already twali tukoze fitting.
Yes.
I even saw the pastor worried. I think the pastor was like, didn't these people fit the rings?
Yes.
But of course, she had to push it there. Anga twali tusaze wonti for better for worse.
Yeah.
Ng'erina okugendawo.
Yes.
So, but majorly we thank the people around us. We have had a very strong support system. And of course, we thank God. Yeah, we thank God.
Yeah.
Because He has given us the strength. He has given us grace.
Yeah.
Omanyi n'okubeera nga awo olwala, especially zino endwadde eziri chronic. Ng'omulwadde atuuka n'ofunamu oba entondo. Amba kale gundi tankubira nako. Kale gundi taze nakundabako.
Yeah.
But we thank God that we have not had those feelings. And of course it is good. Fenga abantu osobola okubeera awo n'okyawa n'abantu.
Siba TV.
Tankubira nako after the show.
Yeah. Tutaddeyo kaposta kaffe kale gundi takapostinze.
Yes.
Yeah, but tusiima nnyo Mukama nti atuwadde ekisabambi.
Yeah. Jalia.
Yes, my dear.
Okutunuulira ebiseera eby'omu maaso. N'otunuulira ne ku Ian. Kiki ekigenda mu bwongo?
Kati buli kimu kibeera ne phase. Of course nga tetunaba kuzuula nti mulwadde. We had plans Maldives. Wamu nga tulina okutuukayo. I am a soft girl. Yeah. I love soft life. Yeah. So some friends of mine call me the soft life ambassador. Sagala naku. Sagala naku. Yes. I joke with mami nemgambe naku eyange wajirivi nga katinze kaniyagale. But of course we are rala. Ebintu ebimu no kakanako as a woman. But I think also is I have deliberately refused to look at Mr. A as a kidding patient. I think for me, because for you Stella, when you see him, you see a kidding patient. That's why you're asking are you okay to That's me. I see a husband. The one who came and told me, hey, can I have a dance with you? Or you're going to yeah. In terms of the future, our future is now. One. So we decided that we are going to enjoy every moment we are together. If it's driving to NTV, we are going to make it count. We will laugh. We will talk about things. Of course, we dream. Just when we are coming, he told me, I think we need. I'll buy you a car, or you know, you understand. So we still have dreams as people. We still, but our future is now. Back then it was good morning, welcome back, how was your day? Now you'll ask, how are you? How are you feeling? Emotionally, you understand. So that we make every moment count. We enjoy ourselves. Most people who come to check on us, they are like, oh, you guys are strong. But because we have decided to live the future, we never know when is the last time you say goodbye or you share that smile. I think na church tuyambye kubanga tetulina ntondo. Nze ndi mulwadde kyokka wagenze nondekane wano kati wagenze n'okolotya. It's because by the time you are with him it really counts. The time is with his family, it really counts. The time you have friends around, you have cell around, it really counts. And I think people nabo bach appreciating nze nti ne muba musaba God, we thank you for the smile that Ian has. Back then, so I love the fact
that now we are appreciating the small things.
The small things, the fact really that happening. You will be able to walk today I was able to urinate 3 times. For me, it's you understand. To appreciating. So our future is today, is now. For me to be able to sit with him here and share our story with the world, that's already a future lived. Of course, to enable dreams of because to many kuno muyaga kujja kugwa. Katonda tasobola tujeri yonna tudanga. I mean, really. Erinnya lye lirina okubeera glorified. So tujayita but we live our future as though it's an everyday thing. We don't have things of enja tujja kuseka. No, we will laugh
now.
We will today. We will cry now. We will, now. So
olaba wayogedde Jalia nogamba nti before nga yatanarala you are looking at some things ogamba we are dreaming of this, we have dreams like this and all that, and then when something like that happens, it's a turning point in both of you lives. In marriage, I've learned one thing. I'm not married, but I've learned one thing too. It's about what you give rather than what you get. And abantu abasinga bwe batuuka in a situation nga partner abaddeko ekintu kyonna wagenda marriage nga olina these expectations naawe ng'ogamba okay we are going to do this that nga tewali kitataganyizza bwe kibaawo I'll buy.
I sayingirako mu bufumbo with an option of leaving. At least eyo sagira
abasinga nti ogezesa bugezesa
eyo sagira because it was God rooted. There is no way God has ever given up on me because nagambe ngenda kusaba mukaaga ne sitasaba and Mr. A being human, he's bound to fall short of glory. Okitegeera simulabanga Katonda, and so am I. I'm not the perfect woman. I also throw my tantrums here and there. Okitegeera, he has just said I am a cry baby. You will find me crying because the fridge is not working. I
like the way you call him Mr. A. Tumulemu katono tumulemu katono ate bwe tunakomawo tutunuulire the finance bit of it kisobola okukolawo ffe ng'abantu n'obuyambi otusobola okuleeta eri Ian Ejali nkulaba nti tugonzaamu wano na wano ate munange tomanya buli omu asobola ekintu kyonna kiyinza okubeera ku muntu yenna at any given day, so be there for someone today, maybe tomorrow someone else will be there for you. Tumulemu katono tukomawo. Kwaniza nnyo mu kitundu kyaffe ekisembayo weewaawo katusubire nti byoli mu kuyigamu bwebiri birabika genda ku social media pages zaffe otubuulire kikyoyize mu lugero luno oba mu story ya Ian ne Julie oyizeemu kibannange, so mutubuulireko tumanye and then tweyongere n'obulamu nga butambula bulungi nnyo. Ian, twandyetaaza okutegeeza omulabe waffe omulungi nti biki byandirabiddeko nti omubiri oba sisitimu ye eriko obuzibu ate n'okumakinga sure nti tufuna once in a while tugenda mu ddwaliro ne tukeberakoko oba owulira bubi oba full body check up tubabuulirekoko because bayinza okuyigirako.
One thing that the doctor told me, he said kidney disease is elusive, like it can just go unnoticed to the worst stages where it becomes irreversible. In fact, the doctors say do not even wait for the signs and symptoms. If you are able, berango kora checkups at least once a year. Now, for example, the doctors have a way of noticing that there is a problem because, like they said, as we grow older, the kidney loses function, but at a very normal rate. So if they notice that the rate at which your kidneys are losing function is worrying, now they'll have to do something else. Naye those are some of the symptoms of obubonero obulaga nti wandyetaaze okulabako omusawo. For example, people who are hypertensive, abalina pressure, abalwadde ba sukaali, then of course waliwo n'ebirwadde ebirala kati ng'aba sickle cell, abo olina okubeera nga continuously okeberako ku renal function tests okulaba nti ensigo zo ziperforminga bulungi. Naye nga nabadde nsoma report, waliwo report gye bampeereza ng'eraga nti 90% of the people who have kidney disease do not know that they have it. So otuuka ekiseera nga okitegeera nti already kiri very late, bwe bulwadde bw'otayinza kubeeraawo n'okirowoozaako nti oba buli bungi nnyo, naye bw'otuukako emulago oba bw'otuukako in other hospitals n'otuuka mu dialysis unit nga zonna zijjudde. Mulago has dialysis every day from Monday to Saturday. Now they told me Chirudu has even more patients, like a lot of them. Then private hospitals as well. In Zambia, waliyo dialysis, Emengo waliyo dialysis, Kese ina dialysis, like almost every big hospital has dialysis, and they have very many patients. So we do not know why. Of course, maybe the doctors can explain.
Yeah.
Naye nga obulwadde bw'ensigo bweyongedde nnyo.
Yeah.
Ate nga bulwadde bubi nnyo kuba buli expensive. So omuntu yenna nze nandibadde ng'omuntu ali afflicted by the same condition.
Yeah.
Nandibadde nyadvisinga nti omuntu oba osobola at least once a year ogenda ku for check up ne bakeberako ensigo, ekibumba, maybe n'omutima. I don't know, maybe the doctors can advise.
Yes.
Yeah.
Webale nnyo Ian. Okay. Mu dakiika zaffe ezisembayo ya Julie, wandyetaaze omunnayuganda ali eyo, wana omuntu yenna ali eyo, bakole ki right now?
Right now, nabisabye buli muntu atulaba oba atuwuliddeko oba alabyeko ka flyer kaffe. Mwami Atukunda agenda kubeera nga alina transplant.
Yes.
Abasawo babadde basuggesting nze ebeerewo as early as in 3 months time.
Okay.
But of course it's expensive. Twakatandika okweyiya. It's not that tulina ebyobugagga oba ebyensikirano bingi. Twali tukyayiribaawo bwetutyo. So twalisabye abantu batukwatizeeko buli omu kaasobodde. Every penny counts. Mwami Atukunda asobola okufuna transplant. Asobola okubanga to living other dreams we talked about. Tulina mobile money, ne bank accounts, but I think we'll read out the mobile money.
Yes.
So tulina ku Airtel ne ku MTN.
Okay. Our
Airtel is 0759 822 127.
Okay, mu Luganda.
0 musanvu tano mwenda munana biri biri emu biri musanvu.
Okay.
Mr. A, could you please read them that?
MTN is 0772 67 19 08. Jidamu 0 musanvu musanvu biri nkaga musanvu 19 08. Twandisabye omuntu yenna abasobodde asobola okututambulizaako ne message yaffe oba okutusupportinga mu ngeri yonna gye mutusupportinzeemu kubanga support yonna gye tufuna from the people can help improve the quality of my life. Tusiima nnyo abantu already batandise okutusupportinga. I thank my sister who is willing to donate for me. Of course, I have like 3 sisters who are all willing.
Wow.
Nayomu Gwendi compatible within blood group.
Yes.
Dr. Bweyagambe bakozese.
Wow.
Nsimanyo family, nsimanyo emikwano.
Okay.
We worship from Watoto Church, and these people have supported us immensely.
That is nice.
But tusabidde people first for us. Omanyi omuntu okubeerawo nasobola okulya akamere ke naye nakerekereza nagamba I have to pray for Ian. Our cell members batubeereddewo, they have created prayer chains. So we have trust that esaala ze batuweereza buli kaseera ze zitukeepinze strong in faith, because at a certain point my faith was shaken. It was shaken. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what my life is going to become of. And to be honest, by the way, at a certain point I thought omuntu afudde asinga kuba nali simanyi kiddako like totally. Naye okubanga saawa zino ndi wano, I am strong enough to share my story.
That's good,
I have actually never been a person who easily shares. Even my family can testify. A lot of times they tell me, oh, ziwosirika nnyo. But being strong enough to be here and share my story with the world, I hope my story inspires someone because people have not given up on me. My wife has not given up on me.
I'm not about to do
Friends.
Yeah, she's not about to do that.
So I advise that if you have omuntu yena nga inembera jaitamu, do not give up on them. Pray for them, support them, because emotionally they are unwell.
Yeah.
So the only thing that you can do is at least be kind. Be kind and understand them. Tiembera je bali musibe bajeta dem. Nayenga with your support basobolo jivamu.
Atemne busobola kucharumu nga ekintu kibadde like anything can happen to anyone at any point.
Of course we don't have our lives
figured out.
Omanyi ekintu ekisinze okunzizaamu amaanyi when our poster started going abantu bagisharinze nnyo, so we get calls from people, from strangers. So recently a gentleman called me and told me, Ian, Mutya nze nakakomawo from doing the transplant. He told me I am well and fit and everything. So people who have donated for their people call us and tell us everything is going to be fine, do not worry. So it gives us hope, it gives me strength, and knowing that there is someone who did a transplant and is well, there is someone who donated for their loved one and is well. Nangamba nange ngenda kubeera bulungi.
Okay, Jalia, what keeps you motivated through all this journey? Wabe mwatandikira ng'osinkanye Ian, ebyagwawo ne bigwawo, n'osigala ng'oli mugumu.
Like I mentioned, it's God. Ate n'ekirala nagambye, when I look at him, I do not see a patient. So every time I look in the future, I see that light. Dim, but when I look there, I see it. And the fact that ever since Mr. A got sick, he has not stopped being a husband. He will make sure you're okay. He will ask, but are you well? Of course, mbera tetuganya kubeera well 100%. But he will ask, oh, are you well? No, it's okay, you rest. Olumuna kugamba, no, I will take myself to hospital. You can take a nap. You must have had a long day. So ebyo byonna bikuzaamu amaanyi n'omanya nti nedda bino byonna webigwawo, we will be happy. Also the support system we mentioned, nogenda mu dialysis unit nga waliwo abantu ababeddeyo nakugamba nze mbadde waniino for 7 years, omwami wange munange nange yandwalako, nogamba no. Also this person alabika alina a choice of giving up, but waba te are giving up, olumu tubeera even strong because of the ones that were before us. Ne batutemera omusingi naffe kwe tusobola okuyimirirako, twali tunyumyamuko naye ne mugamba, my mom equally lost her dear husband a few years ago. Naye namugamba naye angamba nedda nange nayimirirawo ne mujjanjaba for 2 years. Mulago was my home. So beerawo n'ogamba, if this woman yayimirirawo najjanjaba my stepdad, who am I to give up on my dear husband just because of this? So I think it's also to inspire abantu bakutuukako ne bagamba, oh Julie, you have made marriage so beautiful and so easy. You have done it, you know, you have done it. Nogamba, wow. Nabadde nzijukira nga twakesinkana nga tusaba nga tugamba, Mukama, may you use our story, use this marriage to inspire. He was, well, don't worry baby, I got this. So I think n'abantu abalina abantu abalwadde, like he has mentioned, don't give up on them. Abantu olumu bajja mu unit najja yekka bambi n'owulira ennaku, so you end up also taking care of this other person. So tetubaleka kujja mu hospital bokka, ebintu bingi ebituukawo, naafuna omusujja nga tebalina adine gwe batuma akadagala wali ku pharmacy, empewo n'emufuuwa anoonya omuntu amubikkako. So I think tubeere more kind. I think also what I would like to ask the Ministry of Health is to sensitize people about this diagnosis. Kubanga abantu Stella omuntu yali yagadde okudonatinga naye because tamanyi procedure na kikituukawo nosanga nga we have a lot of dialysis patients ngate twali badde nabatono naye just because abantu bali very ignorant about this whole thing naati anagamba okunzijamu omanyi kyekitegeeza ne ba creating awo n'endwadde ze batawuliranga nako ninza obutaddamu okola bwe bati ninza. So if the ministry can come up nekola platforms ezo ne basomesa abantu about organ donation yes wadde tebagenda gikolera wano but people kubanga balina knowledge about it. Chiyambako. That's the same way that I've done with reproductive health. By now we know we can check into a healthy center. Nevakukebera cancer. They know that when your boobs feels a certain way, run to the hospital. So I think we also need platforms where we are sensitized about kidney donation. Nabyonna omuntu wamu yangamba because I was telling them ekisinzo challenging amweno journey yange naye is because I couldn't give him the kidney. Actually, that's the worst that has ever happened.
How you feel?
I felt so bad. It made it so I started questioning my importance in his life. I'm like, people are going to be, hey, you sleep with him. I felt like I want to do more. I want to give him the kidney. I called every doctor. I googled like can't there be anything. That's when I learned to appreciate what I can do. Naye kati abantu babeerayo naye nga omuntu yaligambye gwe wali oyagala because wowe but I'm sure waliwo n'omulala ayagala naye just tali educated about these things. So but fulinawo platform where people we can be educated. Kuba omuntu asobola okugamba naye abantu bafa accidents zituuka where do they take all those kidneys kati yo omuntu takimanyi nti kidney yange tesobola kukola mu ya Stella because we are not compatible. Takimanyi nti omuntu obajemujjamu nebeerawo for 24 hours ebeera eri useless. Ebyo byonna tebabimanyi. So I think webana atusomesa tujja kubeera nga tulina less patience because abantu bajja beera educated about that. So
bagaba musayi free will.
So I think people are there willing to really help. Naye abantu tebakola ki tebamanyi. So I nebaza nti watukyazizza so that we can share. I'm sure kati wali abaddeyo ng'agamba taata muwe kidney oba simuwa kidney okitegeera naye wokitegeera nti because me when the sister said she's going to donate, I was actually more worried now. Katine netandika okusaba tabaako kyabatakola ki because nali saagala any bad story to come. Tate gundi yawadde oba ofiiriza abalala bangi kuba abantu baba bajja kwekwasa and all that. So I think sensitization, if the ministry can really help us do that. Because nekirala ekya symptoms yalinga akaaba omugongo for some time. Oh my back nga tugu wayimiridde nnyo watudde nnyo watambudde nnyo leero wadduse nnyo leero wakoze we bati because he's a man of the run era nalinga mubuzo ogoba kisebo 12 ku makya nga agenzeko. So I think wowuliramu omugongo oguli persistent tekikosa ogususe tekikosa okufunayo ka 30K oba kakino ogendako mu kasikani ne baso no consulting also ne lifestyle matters. Abantu yes people love their drink osanga olina ganze sisobola ku but be responsible in the way you live. I think obulamu bunyuma nyongo oli mulamu. Now that we have tasted we know that newe twali badde nga tulina sente naye nga tulina bulungi nnyo bulamu. So let us just be responsible, take care of our bodies. They will take care of us.
I know. Thank you for that. That's beautiful. Yes, Ian.
Okwogerako ku bigambo mukyala byayogedde. Especially about the donation. Abantu batya nnyo donation muntu awira nti bagenda kunzijamu ensika. But the doctor explained to me and said fenga abantu buli kintu Mukama kye yatuwanga nakituwa nga they are two. It means one of them is just a spare. Everything nga they are two. They can remove one and you remain with the other. So in fact nangamba there is quite a lot of people who are born with one kidney. Atenga webali. So nagamba the fact that donation ebera free will omuntu asalawo nagamba kampeyo my kidney for the well-being of Ian. The doctors, every doctor that you go to will focus more on the well-being of the donor than of the patient. Kubanga oli omuntu abadde bulungi nga talina kimusonyiwa. So by making sure that donor are perfectly fine. So for anyone out there who has maybe a relative, a brother, a sister, I know already maybe when you go over which wumba ayetaga donation. Do not fear to donate. Osobola ogenda ko mu counseling ofuna doctor counseling abulungi. Even my sisters were scared at first, but they were counseled. Dr. Egera nabo nabanyonyola how it is. Nabagamba, especially women, they do not. Some doctors don't advise that a woman should donate. Because they say when you're pregnant, the pregnancy demands a lot from your organs. Naye doctor yabanyera nabagamba nti after donation, the kidney that you remain with, it grows bigger in size to perform the function of two kidneys. Wow! So there is just a time they give you until if you want to give birth, at least take a year or maybe 8 months
after donating.
After donation, so that kidney berenga it is now big enough to support your body and the baby that you're going to carry. Yeah.
Wow.
Naye nga mu byonna twebaza abantu abatubeereddewo n'abagenda otubeererawo. Yeah, we are very thankful.
Okay. Akatalekeka Julie mwogedde obugambo obusembayo ne mwina akatalekeka ako ke tusobola like to go with today, a message.
I think for me love is a beautiful thing. Love is a beautiful thing, and when I say it's a beautiful thing, it's not just of what I share between me and him, even if it's your mom or your friend, because we've seen people abayimiridde naffe nga just bakyali baffe you met in school naye nakola ki nayimirira naawe nekirala. Let us not give up on God. Let us not put him in a bubble of when you do this then you are God.
I'll call out to you when I need you.
He's going to always be God. And even when Jesus was leaving, he told us, I leave you with peace, love, but love is the greatest of all. So oba tolina kwagala, you can't claim his kingdom because he loved us. He really died for us. I think it's just human for us to do the same. And be kind. Omuntu akutuukako nakugamba I saw the poster naye kati munazaala. Let's be kind. You know, let us be kind to each other. Let us share love. You never know that smile that you give someone is really going to change their life. So we all have a cross to carry, and I cannot say mine is heavier than yours, no, but kindness between us, it will help us.
Abantu abayogera just for nebala situation, nebayogera for, you know, just to make comments, you know, chiba si kirungi.
Si kirungi.
Na inabyo na ye, you know,
na ye wa.
Twawulira ko waliwo yali akina naye it ended up. Exactly. I think let's be more compassionate and kind towards one another. And Chirunji, the beauty of this is the donor wali, maybe more than one. No, goli compatible with your sister. She's ready. She was cancelled. Na manyanti. Yeah, this is it. I'm going to do it regardless. You know. And we thank her, Jory Yonna, Tukutumideko, Sister Ian, who is going to be the donor. But the process is expensive, of course, and Ian and Julie, they're here to tell us that in 3 months time babagamba at least it would be better if the transplant is done within 3 months. So that's why tusaba poste wogiraba enamba z'essimu bazisomye enamba eyo so okuweerezako obuyambi bonna bosobodde. And I like the way Julie was making her statements. She's very firm and a woman of God. Yagamba nti yayingira mu bufumbo si kuvaayo wabula kusigalayo. Abantu bangi tugezesa noganze kangende mufumbo wemala ofuna emotoka n'abaana n'ennyumba nga yes divorce papers ziruma oba wanaafuna bwati wanaakola naafuna ekizibu kinebwe kiti ngaze muddukako weewaawo olugendo lwa Ian ne Julie tuligiddeko ebintu by'amaanyi nnyo nti true love exists. And love is a beautiful thing. That's what we've learned today. At least that's what I'll take home with me today. You've been a great viewer. Banaiwe bali kulaba program ya feno. Ninga tumaliza. Saba Julie, odemu namba jiddemu katono then tugalewo mu bitibwa.
Kale. Eya Airtel eli 0759 822 127. 0792822
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Then
MTN eli 0772 67 19 08.
Okay.
077
Okay.
Nkaga mu 7 19 08.
Amina. Era kaposta mukalabye kakaawo mukama mulungi tukyayina essuubi nti buli kimu kigenda kutereera ate mukama asigala afuga regardless. So obadde mulabi mulungi nnyo weebale mwenna abagenda okubako kyemukwata okuyamba Ian Mr. A. Weebale nnyo tubeebaza in advance because I know most of you are going to actually help in one way or another. So obadde mulabi mulungi nnyo tubaagala nnyo. Thank you for being a great mulabi. Tubagala nnyo mukama batukuumire bannange. Sigala onako range.